Manchester City are the champions of the Champions League, and they've gone ahead to complete the treble, and it was courtesy of the Rodri goal that he scored in the 68th minute that saw him put Man City ahead and really got Inter Milan out of the way. And they are the UEFA Champions League champions of 2023, and they've done it down in Turkey. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? And we're watching us from, I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Ever since the Abu Dhabi side took over Man City, they had a dream to win the Champions League, and for the previous 3 times they've come close. In 2021 they played in the finale and Chelsea beat them by 1-0. It was scored by Kai Havertz. Very good assist coming in from Mason Mount. Then last year in 2022, they found themselves being knocked out by Real Madrid on the semi-final. After winning 3-2 at Etihad, they went at Bernabeu and they lost by 3-1. So that is how it went down at Bernabeu, and they're knocked out at the semi-final. This time round, they had to knock out Bayern Munich. They had to knock out Real Madrid to play the final, and obviously they're going to have to do that after knocking out RB Leipzig at the round of 16. So congratulations to Pep Guardiola. Remember, he had last won a Champions League at Wembley when he was at Barcelona, when he beat Man United by 3-1. It was Lionel Messi, I think, scoring a brace, and Alexis Sanchez, by the time he was still at Barcelona, they had just signed him because they just got out of the World Cup, and they came in through and beat United by 3-1. That of United was scored by Wayne Rooney, and it was the equalizer, and the first half ended 1-1. But they came back and scored 2 to give United a very huge loss at Wembley. So it shows you that Pep Guardiola had huge thirst for this trophy, because they're taken long without really going ahead to lift the trophy. That is Pep Guardiola for you. So he was at Bayern Munich, he failed to win it, and at Bayern Munich, if at all you don't win the Champions League, you are not counted as one of the most successful coaches they've ever gonna hate to hire, because winning the Bundesliga, anyone has gonna hate to win it if at all he has been signed by Man City as the manager. So Pep Guardiola failed there, and at City he has spent 8 years trying to go ahead and really chase for this trophy, but finally has gone ahead to get the trophy, and it's now in his complete hands. He has gone ahead to complete the treble 24 years later, ever since Man United went ahead to really get the treble over the line when they beat Bayern Munich by 2-1. All those 2 goals coming in the dying minutes, 89th minute, and the other one coming through in the added minutes. So that's how City has gone ahead to level Manchester United, being the second team in the Premier League to lift a treble, and they've gone ahead to do it for the very, very first time. Going to the game itself, it was really complicated. It was not really the kind of game that most people expected. Today I have my transportation guy that told me Man City is going to hit them by 6 goals. I told him, then you don't know what the game of football is all about. Inter Milan comes in from Italy, and they believe in what we call catenaccio, and if at all you know how finals are played, Inter are going to make it hard for Man City, and they're going to put numbers at the back because they play with the system of 3-5-2, meaning that they're going to be defending in huge numbers with what we call a compact system, and Pep Guardiola talked about it, that Inter plays as a compact system. To show to it that it was hard for City to go ahead and obviously do anything in that Inter Milan half. That stats will show you exactly that Inter had more shots on target than Man City, and let me show you how that stats really went ahead to show us how this game of football went down in Turkey. City had 7 shots, Inter Milan had 14. 4 shots on target by City. City had 6 shots on target. 53% ball possession by City. 44% ball possession by Inter. 511 passes completed by City. 395 passes completed by Inter Milan. 86% passing accuracy by Man City. 82% passing accuracy by Inter Milan, quite good. 11 fouls by City. 17 fouls by Inter Milan. 2 yellow cards by Man City, and 3 were issued to Inter Milan. 0 red cards to both sides, 1 offside to both sides, 2 corners to Man City, and 4 corners to Inter Milan. That's how everything really went down at the at Atatürk Olympic Stadium down in Turkey. But one thing to note is that City never had any clear-cut chance in this game, apart from that of Foden. Maybe you might call it clear-cut chance that could have gone ahead to kill off the game to make it 2-0. But before Rodri really scored, Inter got the best chance of the game, and obviously Lautaro Martinez was selfish and he went in for a selfish effort. But if Lautaro is going ahead to square that ball to find Bezovic on the edge of Itina's box area, he would have gone ahead to do justice to it. Lukaku was all calling for it, and he did himself justice as a player of Inter Milan, but obviously he was failed by his fellow colleague when he was selfish. And when that ball went from the first third of the pitch where Man City was to the final third, obviously Rodri came in front, obviously made it 1. But even after that, Lukaku get a clear-cut chance, and he headed the ball onto the foot of Ederson. And this is where I come out and really detail Darren Bent. Is that the player you said that you play ahead of Gabriel Jesus? You know, some people forget what players are all about. Gabriel Jesus, he comes there into that position, he scores. We've seen him score goals using his head. That header he scored against Liverpool, everyone still remembers it. That header he scored against Brentford in that game that ended 3-0. So it shows you that Lukaku is really a very ugly player. He has a very poor first touch. When you look at the yellow card that he concedes, obviously it's because of his poor first touch that led him to do that. But nevertheless, he has gone ahead and really put in some pressure, but it was not enough. It was not enough. The club needed him to utilize those chances, and I think that's where the injury of Edin Dzeko really costs you, because Edin Dzeko gets that chance that Lukaku gets in through. He heads it into the back of the net because he's one of the best headers of the ball. But Man City found themselves really getting an injury of Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne found himself being taken off the field of play, and you know that he is the mastermind of that City side. But when he was taken off, obviously he found himself in a situation of coming in through and obviously being on the bench. But Man City found themselves in a situation of really going ahead to win the Champions League by scoring that 1 goal, and showed you that even if he was on, Man City was not really creating any openings. No passes were being released to Haaland and very many others, because we know what it's all about. So when you look at Kevin De Bruyne, he got out in 36 minutes. He was really injured, and Phil Foden came in through, and they had to battle it out. So it shows you that for Inter Milan, they got out Edin Dzeko in the 57th minute and got an injury. They brought on Lukaku. Lisandro Bastoni got off, and Robin Gosens, the German international, came in through. Danzo Dumfries got off in the 76th minute, and Balnodova came in through. Then Kalnoglu got off, and Henrik Mkhitaryan was brought on, and Matteo Damian was off, and Danilo Ambrosio came in through to play into that position. So it shows you that Man City only made 2 changes, and in the 82nd minute they brought on Kyle Walker for Johnston. So that's how the game really went down. But I support Man United. I don't want them to really lift the treble, but it's one of the best teams in the world. Let's all admit. They've gone ahead to really knock out Bayern Munich. They've knocked out Real Madrid. And they've shown us that they can go ahead and obviously dominate European football. For the very first time, ever since Pep Guardiola won the Champions League in 2011, 12 years later, he goes ahead to lift this trophy. It shows you how hard it is to lift the Champions League, because even if you're playing a team like Inter Milan that you might come out and be the underestimate, obviously you find yourself losing to, or make it, you find it hard to see to it that they really go ahead and do the needful to win that beautiful game of football. But City has gone ahead to prove us wrong, and they've gone ahead to do that. But the hard task ahead of them is, what are they going to do next season? That's it. Because winning a treble, emulating Manchester United's efforts in 1999, just puts Pep Guardiola in a position of really getting Man City exactly what they really desire. Now, I won't be surprised if at all tomorrow I really get in a story that Pep Guardiola wants to resign from the job of Man City after really winning them a treble. Remember, he told us that he's here to stay and he is going nowhere. That is Man City for you. So guys, your thoughts on to Man City 1, Inter Milan 0 are welcome in the comment section below. Do you think they deserve to win the Champions League? Yes or no? And you can as well tell me what you think about Romelu Lukaku. Do you believe he's really a very good striker? Because a very good striker who is really top class, those are moments that define him. Look at Rodri. One moment is going to hit to define him that he's one of the best CDMs in the world by really completing that goal that he scored into the 68th minute. So Lukaku was going to hate to cost his team lots of things, but obviously he has done really a lot. My man of the match, obviously I'm giving it to Rodri because he controlled that midfield and scored the most important goal that Man City needed. So let's wait and see how City is going to charge and obviously get us the best that we deserve as a side of Rokani Media Football. I sign out for now. See you later, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. Rokani David is my name. I'm out.